Hello friends, this is regarding cell organelles. For example, we are talking about mitochondria. Mitochondria is an organelle that is composed of two membranes. It is a double membrane bound structure. You can see in the figure. Here you can see the outer membrane and the inner membrane. In between the outer membrane and inner membrane, there is a space known as perimitochondrial space. This is called perimitochondrial space. On the outer parts of the outer membrane, there are particles known as subunits of Parsons. The inner membrane is thrown out into finger-like projections known as this one. These are known as crista mitochondrialis. In these finger-like projections, you can see these structures. These are known as electron transport particles, or you can say F1, F0 particles, also known as subunits of Fernandez-Moran. These are concerned with electron transport. Now, inside the mitochondria, there is a matrix. You can see mitoribosomes. The ribosomes present inside mitochondria is known as mitoribosomes. You can even see DNA. For the presence of DNA, mitochondria is known as semi-autonomous organelles, because one mitochondria can produce another mitochondrial. Mitochondria is discovered by Kolliker. Later on, Altman also discovered it and he named it as bioplasts. Actually, the name mitochondria was given by Carl Benda. The F1, F0 particles that you have seen out here you can see again, it consists of three parts. The upper round part is called head, the middle one is called stalk, and the last one, this is called base. Each of them are spread out at a distance of 100 angstrom. The stalkless subunits on the outer membrane are called subunits of Parsons, and the stalked subunits are present, known as subunits of Fernandez-Moran or oxysomes or F1 particle or F1, F0 particle, whatever you can say. The distance between two oxysomes is 100 angstrom, as I have said. Now, mitochondria are the main seat of cellular respiration. The part of cellular respiration called Krebs cycle occurs over here. They are called powerhouses or ATP mills of the cells. Now coming to the nucleus. You can see over here the whole structure is nucleus. In between them there are nuclear pores. Here one pore, here one pore. There are many pores over here, nuclear pores. The nucleus is attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They are connected over here. These particles are ribosomes, which are also present in RER. It has got two membranes like mitochondria, the inner membrane and the outer membrane. In between the space is known as perinuclear space. Inside the nucleus, you can see the matrix, which is known as nucleoplasm. There is the nucleolus out here, a rounded body, and these thread-like structures over here are called chromatin network. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. It is known as brain of the cell or director of the cell. The nuclear membrane, it is continuous with the lumen of endoplasmic reticulum. It has got two parts, as I said, outer membrane and inner membrane. And the space also I mentioned out there called perinuclear space. The parts of nucleus, one of them is nuclear membrane, another one is chromatin. Chromatin, it contains DNA which holds genetic characteristics. It causes developmental and hereditary information to be carried on to the next generation. Now, nucleoplasm is the third part. It is a gelatinous substance. It is the matrix of nucleus within which nuclear envelope. It is also called karyolymph. It cushions and protects the nucleolus and the chromatin and allows the transport of enzymes and DNA, RNA, etc. throughout the nucleus. The last one is nucleolus, which was discovered by Fontana. It is membraneless organelle. It is composed of RNA and proteins, and it helps to synthesize ribosomes. So that's all about these two organelles. Please like and subscribe my channel.